Good evening and welcome to the SPARC meeting on January 7th, 2026. Happy New Year, everyone. Let the record show that the regular SPARC meeting is now called to order.
Present.
Committee Member Pishney.
Here.
Committee Member Price.
Here.
We currently only have 4 members present. That means we do not have a quorum. Therefore, no action can be heard on, action can be taken. The SPARC members.
Thank you, James, or Mr. City Clerk. I would like to, since we have some guests tonight to give us updates on some projects that we've all been excited about, I'd like to move forward with the meeting, and we don't need to take any actions.
Noted.
Thank you. Okay, so let's go to number 3. You're on. The Santee Community Center project update.
This on? Oh, there we go. Good evening, members of the Santee Park and Recreation Committee. My name is Taylor Carrico. I will be the project manager for the Santee Community Center project. I'm here before you this evening to provide a really exciting update. A little bit of project background before we get there. This project was identified as a needed facility to the city in 1980 and was added to the city's general plan and the recreation master plan in April of 1990. This project was added to the city's 2018-2022 capital improvement program budget, where development impact fees were identified as a primary funding source. Design on the project in November of last year now. And the City Council awarded the construction contract to Barnhart Reese Construction on December 10th of 2025. The Santee Community Center, it will be a 2-story, 12,500 square foot modern facility with flexible use spaces designed to serve various user groups such as the youth, teen, and senior programs, as well as serve as a venue for weddings, corporate events, and much more. Some features of the community center include a multi-purpose rooms, a commercial warming kitchen, food truck parking, electric vehicle charging stations, and a small 4-tier amphitheater outdoors. This building will also serve as the city's IT backup data center and an emergency operations center in times of need. The slide takes a minute to load. We have some administrative office buildings. That's number 8 on our screen here. And to the east, here are some renderings of the building's interior. This is the one on the left. There is a first floor entry foyer looking south towards Woodland Vista Creek, and the second photo there with the bridge is from the rear of the building, look on the pedestrian bridge looking towards the rear of the building. This rendering is the first floor multi-purpose room that I had mentioned. This is the room that would be able to be partitioned into 2 spaces. This view is looking out again towards Woodland Vista Creek, towards the back of the building, noting the upstairs patio space, the administrative offices, and the grand entry foyer. Here is a second floor plan of the building. Most of this is to the where number 2 is. That is another multi-purpose room, a large multi-purpose room. And then number 15 there, that is the outdoor patio as shown on the last slide, towards the east, the southeast of Woodland Vista Creek. The anticipated project schedule. So this project is broken into 2 phases. Phase 1 is the construction of the new parking lot, which will be in the grassy area between the YMCA and Riverwalk Drive. That is scheduled to take place starting in February of this year and should run through about June of 2026. Once that is completed, we will move into the actual building construction, which is going to take about 14 to 16 months, June of 2026 through September of 2027, with the completion date in October of 2027. We're going to have a small move-in window for the city to move their staff and everyone in between October and November of 2027, and it should be open to the public in November of 2027. As just a short project funding summary here, the total anticipated project cost is $26,913,280. This is primarily being funded by developer impact fees with contributions from the American Rescue Plan Act Fund, a state appropriation grant, and $1.5 million in general funds as broken out above. I am here that concludes my presentation, and I'm here to answer any questions.
Ladies, do you have any questions? I have some questions on the bullet or the talking point, the city staff moving in. Mm-hmm. What staff is anticipated to be housed there on a Monday through Friday, 9 to 5?
So there are numerous office spaces there, but the goal is to have a supervisor in a capacity level and perhaps a plethora of part-time staff. But we are definitely going to be staging a supervisor there and part-time staff to answer your question directly.
Or Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec, correct. Senior programming, youth programming, adult programming. We want to transplant a lot of the programs that we currently have right now in Building 7 and 8 and move them over to the community center. And alleviate some of the compaction issues that we have. Not that we have any, but there's always more space for youth activities. We have a facility at Big Rock Park. We want to be able to bring more space to the community center. So we want to bring those services over to the community center as well.
Okay. And because we have a really full schedule on our youth and our seniors right now in Building 7 over here, we're anticipating using both spaces fully, correct? We're not going to just completely use a space where it's not going to be open to other folk. It's going to be integrated into the kind of the schedule. Because I know I originally spoke with you about programming and policies that are going to be put in place for this new space. So I think once we get further down the line and there's some more structure around the plan for the future of what this space is going to be, what the policies on renting out the space or giving the space to different groups and public folks. We would love to hear those ideas when you start putting those things into paper.
Yeah, those ideas have already been drafted. So we want to bring this workshop to SPARC sometime in this first quarter. So be anticipating a date in the near horizon.
Okay. Awesome. I think it's great, and I can't wait for groundbreaking. And we're anticipating February-ish?
Yes, February.
For groundbreaking. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time. Have fun with the project. It's going to be the biggest one we've done.
Me too.
Thank you, guys. Okay. Brews and Bites. Let's go to number 4. Brews and Bites event consolidation recap. I know that you did a presentation and a last SPARC meeting, so I wasn't here, but I would love to hear the consolidated recap.
Okay, hello SPARC members. My name is Alicia Wong. It's lovely to see everyone again. I hope you had a wonderful holiday. Yes, we were here last month, but obviously there were a couple absences, so we wanted to come back and give you a review. The recording of the last meeting is available online at SanteeTV. If you want to review the entire presentation, we'll be doing a quick recap today. And this is Becky Lowndes, Event Supervisor. Okay, so starting with our attendance, 931 ticket holders attended. We had a 92.4% attendance rate, and we provided 125 complimentary tickets to vendors and volunteers. So we had a total attendance of 1,056. I'll go back. For tickets and vendors, we sold 1,008 tickets, 934 general admission, 74 designated driver. We also sold an additional 108 tickets on site, which is 10% of the total tickets sold. We sold 7 VIP tables, and we had 52 vendors attending, 18 alcohol or beverage, 21 food, and 13 business booths. This is just a quick list of the event promotions that we did to try to boost ticket sales this year. Again, this presentation I think was also emailed to SPARC if you need to reference this later. Okay, so for the financials, our gross event revenue was $63,465, and our total event expenditures was $46,772 year to date. So our estimated net event revenue was $16,693. Here's a quick pie chart of the revenue breakdown. So the majority of our revenue comes from our ticket sales. It accounted for 78% of our total revenue, 12% from sponsors, and 10% from fundraising. For on-site revenue, we had opportunity drawing, silent auction, and captain's quarters, and that raised a total of $6,190. Here's a quick chart showing you the net revenue by year. So as you can see, obviously pre-COVID, we were in the high $40,000 mark. This year we raised, again, $16,693, as opposed to last year, it was $13,297, so we had a slight increase. Here's a quick pie chart for the expenses by category. So our total expenses were, again, $46,772. The majority of those are contracts and rentals. The next slide will go over what exactly that means. But there are also expenses like materials, bank fees, staffing, insurance, and marketing. So here are the categories for the expenses, contracts being the biggest one. This is our band and sound system, our vendor stipend for our food vendors, and our security and sheriff's department. We have equipment rental with canopies, tables, chairs, restrooms, and fencing, and all the other things that are listed on here. We also have staffing and material costs listed as well. So here's just the gross income versus expense over time. So our expense ratio for this year was 74%. Again, if you have extra questions, we can take those at the end for this. Here's the attendance and vendor history, just showing kind of the ratio that we've been trying to keep to make sure that lines don't get too long and the customer experience is still good. This year it was a people to vendor ratio of 20, which is fantastic. I don't think we noticed any terrible lines this year. We had really good feedback about that. Here are our historical ticket prices. So for this year, we did early bird and discount options. The discount options were military and senior discounts. That was $50, and the regular ticket price this year was $55. And again, this year was a 4-hour event, as well as last year. I'll skip the event comparisons. Okay, so this is our, do you want to talk about this?
Sure. Okay. So this slide goes over the expenses that come out of the rec revolving fund, which is what the revenue from the Brews and Bites fundraiser goes to. So for the topics of VIP, our voucher incentive program, special events, youth, teen, and seniors, in the previous fiscal year from 2024 to 2025, we expended $21,235, which just means that we need to recoup at least $21,235 from the Brews and Bites revenue in order to maintain our expenses. And that's just where we were now. As you recall, we have recently increased the VIP offerings for the quarterly from 57 to 60, I believe. So we're anticipating a higher expense in FY 25-26 and 26-27 for the VIP expenditure. So just kind of want to highlight the revenue that we made at the 16,000 level is falling short of roughly $5,000 of our expenditures out of the rec revolving fund. So last meeting, we talked about some of the challenges as well as some of the event considerations. So we wanted to kind of address the opportunities for revenue generation. As I mentioned, we are looking to find ways to earn roughly $22,000. So discussions that we're having and feedback that we'd like from the committee would be the possibility of a new event, a new 21 and up fall event, options being keeping the Halloween theme, but also implementing a new price structure, which could be things as VIP areas, early accesses, punch cards, things that are for purchase for food or beverage that are not included in the ticket price, including things as discounts to seniors and military, adding on additional options for purchases such as merchandise, a silent disco, paying to enter the costume contest, paying for chair rentals, and other add-ons. Options are also having a gala or a catered dinner event, or switching the theme to maybe something culinary. You may have heard us kind of talking loosely about the Battle of the Chicken, recognizing, highlighting Santee's chicken presence and the amount of chicken restaurants that we have here. Other revenue options would be really focusing on finding a major corporate or philanthropic sponsor to help offset some of those revenue losses that we have. In addition to these options, we do recognize that we are close to the mark, but not hitting it with our current Brews and Bites structure. So there are a couple supplementary ideas that we have, which would not be intended to replace the fall fundraiser, but would be to, in addition, in the event that we are still not able to meet the mark, things such as a sports tournament, could be things as pickleball, cornhole, disc golf, or incorporating something like a fun run. So we really appreciate some feedback from the committee on some of these ideas that we had, what direction maybe the committee or the feedback you've received from the community as well as to where the future lies for the fall fundraiser. So we're opening up to the committee for any questions, comments, feedback.
Is that the end of your,
Yes, that's the end of what we have as a recap.
oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so.
So on the first one, because I haven't watched the meeting that I wasn't here, sorry, Cindy. You had the event comparison on your last one on your full, okay, cool, I'll look at that.
You did an excellent job with the report last month.
Very cool, yeah, I will check that out, at least that portion of it.
Is there a specific event comparison that you're looking for, like?
I was just looking at the next slide that we were handed, and it wasn't on there. That's fine, or I wasn't paying attention. It's compared to the La Mesa.
Oh, yes, we have that. Right
Oh,
here.
there you go. That, yeah, I wasn't paying attention to that. I just wanted to see, because I attend that one as well, and I actually participate in that one, so I just wanted to see what kind of highlights you had on that. I think there's a lot of great ideas. I think the fun run, I don't think any of you worked here back then. I know you did. We had that 5K Sunset Fun Run. And we had thousands of people, it seemed. I don't know, there was thousands of people because I was at Riverwalk Grill at the time, and I was the free beer you get at the end of the run. Which made it. Yes, you got a free beer. Did you participate in that?
I did.
And a cup. I think that's great. I mean, the fun run, I know that we kind of attached ourselves to the other thing that was going on, like the trials for something or other.
Correct, the race walk event,
Yeah.
which will be happening this Sunday.
That was the torch run.
Oh, when we had a torch run as well, where we got community leaders to run with a torch, one of them being me, and I thought I was going to die. Especially since I was grabbing the torch from our barefoot marathon runner, who owns a UPS store. Anyhow, I think those are all great events as well. I mean, people like to feel like usually it's towards the beginning of the year, though. That's when everybody's getting in shape and not drinking. But I'd love to talk more about what ideas and what thoughts were for other events where we can generate some more income for our seniors and our youth. And I know there's some other ideas going around to partner with some of the other local community-based folks like the Kiwanis and their kind of things. So hopefully we could figure it out. I know this event is, I was doing some numbers and I was wondering like, what's the difference between the attendance and how much money we're making? And I wanted to, because I know, just being a business owner, I know the costs of everything are astronomical now compared to in 2017, which you have numbers on here. And I was like, okay, well, what is the big difference? And is our expenditures up a considerable amount? Is that taken into consideration on the revenues generated from this year compared to 2017? Because we had, we're a couple dollars short of $50,000 in revenues in 2017, and this year we're, about the same short of 17,000. So we're looking at a net, $30,000 difference. And I was trying to do math by expenditures and figuring out like how much is our revenues going down based on how much stuff costs nowadays compared to ticket sales. And I did some rough numbers, and it's just we had 676 more people attend the 2018. That's why that's directly $33,800. So not that at all. Yeah, there you go. So it's not, there's not much difference. We didn't sell as many tickets. We didn't sell out.
Correct. Yeah, that's
I
a,
didn't see this slide, so I was doing all the math quick right here. I was like,
yeah.
But,
and as Alicia mentioned, the ticket sales are 78% of our revenue. So by not selling out, we had roughly, I think we had, 200 tickets that were not be able to sold. So selling that at $55 each would help alleviate some of the loss that we had, as well as during the presentation, we mentioned that we lost a couple of our sponsors that we had in previous events. So that also contributed to the loss of revenue, or the potential loss of revenue.
oh, cool. Hopefully with some of the, if some of the projects that have been dwindling on for years get built here in Santee, we might be able to reach out to the folks that will build them and ask them to sponsor our big events. But as you could see, it took from 1980 until now, and I don't know how many years that is. It's a lot. I think it's a lot. It took us that long to build our community center, so hopefully some of these other projects, because I know the large builders that are doing some of the large projects are a little more friendly on spending money in their community when they actually get to build their dang project. So, cool. Thank you, ladies, for the presentation.
So just, if I may, just quickly, I know we're not able to make recommendations, right, James, because we don't have a quorum, but I believe what my fellow colleagues are trying to explain is that at some point, staff is going to make the recommendation to either come up with a rebranded event or perhaps, significantly increase the price point of this ticket because we're having a difficult time keeping up with the expenses. So that's something that we want to start talking with you guys now because we want to try to get that support early on. So we're able to essentially start marketing this event because in theory, in special events, we should have started planning for this event a month ago, probably. We're a little behind the ball right now. We could still start planning something, but we either have to rebrand the event, come up with a whole different concept while still keeping the Halloween theme, because I think the Halloween theme really brought people together. I think that was a really welcomed event. Or keep with the same structure and attempt to possibly increase the price point, again, like we did 2 years ago, which was received somewhat poorly, but perhaps we could have done a better messaging to deliver that increased price point. The brass tacks of this situation is that the event did make money. Kudos to the team. However, it's not meeting our expenditures, our $20,000 mark. But, it'd be nice to even hit 36 or 48 so we could use some of these other monies to do other improvements like new swing sets, new slide, perhaps sending the seniors, to Carlsbad for more experiences. So that's what we're really trying to focus on. And I feel the only tangible way to achieve that is by perhaps entertaining not a significant price increase, but some more different values when it comes to how we pitch this sale of the ticket. So I'll just leave it at that.
Okay. Yeah, so we need to actually think about that because at some point the staff is going, and this is to you folks, and I'll let you speak in a minute about the increase on pricing, but we have to come up with an idea of what we think could make this event either better or change it, because staff is actively working on their ideas, and at some point it's going to be presented to City Council. And if we don't have anything, if we don't have an idea or anything better than what they're coming up with, then what they come up with is which direction we're going to go. And that's one of our directives in the SPARC is come up with ideas on how we think we can make this better and give it to staff. And if they don't agree with us, that's fine. They can go with their, but they have to present our idea to the council as well. So if we don't come up with anything, then we're gonna leave it upon the professionals to come up with an idea on what's gonna make this better, whether it's keep this event the same as it is, and increase the ticket prices, which is warranted for these events because I go to all of them around town, and we are by far the cheapest. But the last time we raised the prices, there was a lot of negative feedback. And yes, Miss.
That being said, they raised the prices, but they lowered the time that it was available. So I could go with more fee, but you need to at least make it 4 hours to make people enjoy themselves and not try to consume everything they can under that ticket price.
That's fair.
That
No.
that, I mean, there's people that want, well, I'm going to get my money's worth type of thing. So you need to make it at least stretched out to do that.
I agree. I agree that a lot of the feedback was, wait, you're charging me more money and you're taking away an hour? And what I wanted to say was that we are progressively making more money. And, COVID was a big hit for everybody. I would say that I'm pretty neutral on raising the price, but having an additional event, I think the sports things, the fun runs, I don't know how hard it is for staff to plan 2 events, and I don't know anything about doing tournaments and stuff, but I think getting tournaments, getting people here, the disc golf course is, there's not a lot in the whole county, so I think that those are excellent. I think we should still have Brews and Bites at Halloween, and that's it.
Okay, and we'll talk more about this. Maybe we can bring it up when we have a quorum, and then we can discuss it more, and then solidify on a couple ideas, and then vote, because we need to have enough people here to vote. And that could be our idea that we give to staff, and they can integrate that into their world or go in their own direction, but at least we have an idea of what we want. And just to comparison, I switched back to the comparison on my packet. The Mount Helix Food and Wine Festival is a very, very fun event. Is it funner than ours? No, it's a unique location. It's a pain in the tush to get there. It's pain to be a vendor there. It's everything about the location is a pain in the butt, but it is a cool location. That's the only thing on that event that they have above us. But with that event, it's $100 to get in, and you get 1 hour of tasting and food, and then you could buy stuff. And they have themes, and I think that's the theme really helped this year because everybody loves to dress up, and that really did add another layer to this. And going with what you said, Cindy, I think we're back up on the up train to build this event going what it was in the heyday. I mean, it went through some challenges with the rebranding, with the all that stuff, but COVID really messed us up. It messed up our vendors that we were able to get because vendors were coming off of 2 years of not making money and barely staying alive, and then we're asking them to come give stuff away for free, which came in the stipends. And so I'm not ready to completely ditch this event, and I don't think, in my personal opinion, I don't think the council and the mayor are ready to ditch this event. So I think we keep, this is just me spitballing. I think we keep this event, try to find out new revenue streams. The little captain's quarters, that was a cool little add-on this year. Some other things were cool add-ons that added the profitability of the event. But I think adding other events would be cool. Easier events, not so much. You guys put a lot of work into this event, and the coordination between all of the vendors, the fencing, and all of that stuff. It's more than, it's as much or more than what you guys already do. Luckily, you guys already do it 10 times a summer and on the 4th of July. But the fun runs and those kind of activities and the disc golf tournament and those things could really be an added thing, and I don't think there is much coordination as this one, as much work on the staff side. So I'd be looking forward to seeing what your guys' ideas are and thoughts when you guys come back, and hopefully we could throw some parameters around thoughts that we like and come up with something that we can come up with.
No, that's a good comment. I'll just kindly add, Chairperson, that considering staff capacity, I'll get together with the team. We'll likely come up with some ideas, and hopefully, based off staff capacity, we could come back to SPARC the following meeting and present some concepts and some ideas and get your guys' flavor for what we're presenting. And maybe we could move forward from the position.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Okay, Community Services Department updates, Mr. Nick.
Thank you, Chairperson. I do not have any updates.
Okay. Ann, you always have fun stuff for us.
It's the business I'm in, right? Fun.
The fun? Yeah, you're the fun business?
Yeah. Winter recreation classes will begin shortly. Our program guide is available if you'd like to pick one up on your way out. I wanted to let you know that we do have a new county-sponsored free 55 and older Tai Chi class, actually, that will be offered on Mondays and Fridays, similar to our Feeling Fit class, but at 10:30 to 11:30. So Mondays and Fridays, starting January 12th, it's Tai Chi moving for better balance. So we're hoping that we'll get those exercisers to come and try something new. And it's free. All you have to do is show up. So just wanted to let you know that Town Center Park East Field 1 and 2 is closed until January 14th, and AYSO is currently in their Tournament of Champions. Our special events, we have a couple new things that you're welcome, and I presented them last week or last month, and you can grab a flyer on your way out, or is the trail and tree planting events. So this coming Saturday, January 10th, we have the trail mixer. And that starts at the Historical Society, and then there's a guided walk down Walker Trail. That might be a nice, fun run, huh?
We walk.
It's yeah.
We walk from the historical building to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you didn't want to meet us at the historical building, you could just meet us at the beginning. Yeah, it's not too far. It's not as far as you think.
When
it
you
is.
say mixers, is there going to be Bloody Marys and mimosas?
No, there's going to be trail mix though.
Oh, trail mix. Okay,
Trail
sorry.
mix. Get it? Trail mixers. Meet your neighbors, take your dog for a walk, and learn a little bit more about Walker Trail. And then on January 24th, we're actually planting some trees, and we have another Get Out and About event, and there's more information on that. That is the tree planting event, along with Roller with the River, which is an educational program that participants can use their roller skates, rollerblades, bikes, or scooters to get around and learn a little bit more about nature. Also this Sunday, just a heads up, is the race walk that the city assists in coordinating, and it's held on the street behind the trolley square. I don't know, it's River something.
Riverview View Parkway.
There you go. That's it, Riverview Parkway. So just be aware of that Sunday morning. I wouldn't head in that direction if you're driving a car because the streets will be closed, but you're welcome to come and observe. That is usually Olympic qualifications race that is considered. Also want to invite anybody who's interested in art and culture here in the city of Santee. We have something called the Santee Work Group for Arts and Culture. You can call it SWAC. That's what we lovingly call it. The next meeting, February 4th, if you are interested in arts and culture in the city of Santee, you can attend this meeting. It's open to the public. It's 3:30 here at City Hall at Building 8P. So that's February 4th. If you need any more information about recreation programs, there's santeerec.com and santeespecialevents.com. Any questions?
Nope. Thank you very much.
Hope to see you walking on a trail sometime this
Mixing
month.
trail mix.
Trail mix.
Any other committee reports or announcements?
So I know typically Sam Rensberry would present a parks update around this time frame. Today is his last day working with the city of Santee.
Well, where is he then? It's his last day.
Well, he's off by 3:30, so
Oh.
he's done for the day. He's done. He served a very respectable tenure here with the city of Santee, and we adore him dearly. With that said, we're actively recruiting for this position, and the interview process is soon to start, and hopefully within the next few weeks we'll have a selection.
Very cool. Congrats, Sam. I know you're watching at home because you love to be at this meeting usually, so have a good retirement. Okay, committee reports, nope. Non-agenda public comment.
We do have one speaker.
I figured Carl was here for, Carl, come up and, I was going to mention you if you didn't come up and talk anyways, but let's give you your time.
Yeah, actually, something new just popped up. Is the Brews and Brights our only revenue source for those other things? You know, the VIP or the kids.
That's,
and
yeah,
the
that's our one fundraiser event. That's the one that we get money directly into our community foundation, which
Okay.
goes to.
Well, I would strongly suggest that you take a good look at that fun run thing, because I think you'd get a lot of attendance on that.
And we did the first time. It was fun.
Yeah, because as I run, you know, a 5K about pretty much every other month, and there's a lot of attendance. And if you could make something somewhat special about it, I think you'd get a lot. And it seems like it's a low cost for the revenue you could pull in. So that's my 2 cents on that. That's not what I actually wanted to talk about, though. Nick, you know what I'm going to talk about. Shadow Hill Park, you missed the ribbon cutting,
I
but
was in Germany, sorry.
yeah, but they did a great job on the park, and there's some issues with the trail that are going to always be there because you're dealing with dirt. I've thrown my suggestions in there on how to alleviate at least some of it, but that's my biggest concern is we did all that nice work on it, and you got a bunch of kids went through there on e-bikes and just tore the crap out of the grass and the wood chips. And you can't catch them. I mean, I would have if I was there when it happened. But I'm hoping you're going to get cameras installed. Maybe you can at least ID them and hold their parents responsible. Because I hate like hell to see all of that great work done and then get it all tore up. So are we going to get cameras up there?
Yes.
Okay. Can I ask when?
Thank you for coming on, Carl, by the way. So we are trying to get trail cameras up first. That's our number one priority. And we also, as part of this first year, we have roughly about $143,000, if I'm not mistaken, in the capital improvement program to get up a significant amount of cameras. But the first year are designated for trail cameras, and perhaps we want to integrate Woodglen Vista in there because we do get a lot of vagrants in that park. We could potentially explore the concept of putting one at Shadow Hill Park to essentially bring the comments that you're bringing up to us, because it is a newer park, it's remodeled, and we may possibly benefit from trying to put a camera this first year rather than the second year. So that's something I could look at.
Okay, because I mean, there's a pole there, there's a housing at the top, and there's a sign that says video surveillance, but we all know
I'll make a note
that
of
there's
that,
nothing
Carl.
happening.
That's fair.
The camera doesn't work. But it just seems like the cost of installing a camera would be a lot less than the cost of having to repair all the damage that's getting done. That was it.
Cool. Thank you. And I'll speak a little bit to the camera stuff. I appreciate you, and I was able to see your email and your picture and your photos, and I appreciate that we have citizens out there actually who care. The e-bike thing is just a disaster, and there's been multiple conversations during council and how to, and I think there's enough laws on the books already to. I remember specifically at one of the council meetings we're at talking about the laws that are on the books and kids riding those e-bikes and how they're legally not riding them. But I think in the camera system, the reason why there's a sign up there that says camera systems because signs last longer than technology. And back in the olden days, we had cameras throughout all of our parks, and the camera thing is a much bigger system than just putting a camera on a pole. You need retention. You need to be able to power these things, and there's a bunch of new technology in that. And I know that Nick's been working on this for the past 6 months, and I think the priority was safety first. We don't want anyone walker trail to get pulled into the bushes or something bad happen. And I think once we get those enacted in the system and the back end systems and all that stuff, I think it will be the platform and how we move forward with putting them for kids damaging the fields or driving their cars on, town center. I don't know if you noticed, but last year, somebody took their truck out there and did donuts and screwed up all the grass, or maybe it was the year before. I don't know. These years milled together. But